Death of a Unicorn. It's a revenge fantasy horror comedy, only without the comedy.
Really?
Spoilers, because I don't think anybody's gonna go run out to watch this movie, so you've been warned. Paul Rudd and his daughter hits a unicorn. The unicorn's blood is a miracle cure for ailments. They brought it to the billionaire and his family, and they decide to monetize on it. The billionaire is sickly and he gets healed. The wife decides that they're going to sell a miracle cure. At this point, the unicorn's parents are like, yo, this shit ain't cool. So the unicorns run up there and like, yo, you know what? You could our son or daughter, and we came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and we all out of bubblegum. So now the unicorns is in there causing a ruckus. They kill 2 or 3 people. They chase everybody through the fucking house for some fucking reason. At the end, Paul Rudd ends up dying. The unicorn brings back Paul Rudd and the baby unicorn. A butler that ran away earlier in the film comes back with police for some reason. They arrest Paul Rudd and his daughter for murdering the people at the mansion. And as the lady officer is taking them to the station, the unicorns come chasing down the car. For some reason, the butler is behind the car. The unicorns run up and looks at the butler. The butler is just like, oh, sorry, and like backs off for some reason. Then the unicorns run up to the cop car. They give them a look, and the look was to tell them to put on a fucking seatbelt. And they ram the car off the road. And the end of the movie. The premise was pretty good. I was eager to see this movie. This was one of the movies that I had high hopes for, that it was going to turn out to be good. A24 tends to turn out some good stuff. So it's like, all right, yeah, let's give this a shot. A new, fresh idea that is not common, but it just failed on all fronts.
Whack.
You know, the fantasy aspect of it didn't land. This shit, it was like Trauma Films light. That's the best way I can describe it. The Trauma Films, they really have their niche. And if you like those movies, then my hat's off to you. I can watch a few of those. I can't watch them all. But those actually lean into what they are, which are bad comedy horror films. And, you know, some of them are fun. But this was trying to straddle the line between trauma horror film and fantasy, and it just didn't work. It could have worked had, you know, you leaned into one more than the other. From the trailer, you know, at least I got the sense of it was going to be mystery horror with a sprinkle of comedy. And I was completely thrown off when it was just, everybody was in there just chewing up the scenery. So I'm just going to give you the bullet list of the shenanigans that happens in this movie. All right, so at one point, Shepard decides to snort horny dust, which you can see coming a mile away. I mean, he becomes an addict by the end of the movie. So after Paul Rudd puts the unicorn out the pasture,
like my nana,
he decides to put it in his car for some dumbass reason. But the biggest part is, how in the fuck did he and his toothpick daughter, I still love you, Jenna, get that unicorn in the damn car? She can't even pick up a tire iron. Unicorns can't be heard until they're right up on your attacking. The pharmaceutical family is doing everything from unicorn coke to shooting up uniblood to eating unicorn steaks without even the scientists that are literally in the house testing it. So the unicorns, they're strong enough to move a car, and the unicorns literally get stopped by wooden gates indoors. But then further along in the film, they're able to bust through those doors, and it's just, I hate when that shit happens. But the only time I give it a pass is if I'm entertained by it, you know, or if the majority of the movie is entertaining. But ultimately, this movie is not worth your time. It is a 1.5 star out of 5.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.